Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a story that did so much more than just sell books. It literally created a global phenomenon. And you know what I'm talking about. Of course, it's Harry Potter.
Okay, so just think about that for a second. You suddenly find out you're not just some ordinary person. You're a wizard. And not just any wizard. The whole world has been waiting for you. I mean, that's the hook, right? That's the irresistible idea that grabbed millions of us. But what's the real magic behind its success? I'll tell you this, it goes way deeper than just wands and wizards. So let's dive in.
All right, so here's how we're going to break this down. We'll look at the hero himself, the amazing story of the author, the world of Hogwarts, that unforgettable villain, and the real meaning behind that famous scar. So let's kick things off with the boy who started it all, the unlikely hero at the center of this magical storm. So when we first meet Harry, he's not a hero, not even close. He's basically an outsider in his own home, living this pretty miserable life. And the craziest part? He has no idea he belongs to this secret magical world, or that this incredible destiny is just around the corner, waiting for him. So this is a really important question. Why make him an orphan? It feels so tragic, right? Well, it turns out this was an absolute masterstroke in storytelling. It wasn't just a random sad backstory. This choice was crucial for the entire saga. Think about it. By starting him off with literally nothing, no family, no home, it makes his journey to find a real home and, a chosen family at Hogwarts, it just hits so much harder. It forces him to stand on his own 2 feet, to figure out who he really is. And because of that, when he finally does succeed, it feels so much more earned, so much more meaningful for all of us reading along. Okay, so we have our hero. But what about the creator, the architect of this whole magical universe? Well, the story of how Harry Potter even came to be is, believe it or not, almost as incredible as the book series itself.
You can see it right here. J.K. Rowling's journey to get this book published was a real-life hero's journey. I mean, we're talking about an idea born on a train trip, followed by years of personal struggle, and, let's not forget, so many rejections. But through it all, she never gave up on this idea of a boy wizard.
12. Just let that sink in. 12 different publishers said no thanks to Harry Potter. They thought it was too long for a kid's book, that magic was, out. It just goes to show, right? It only took one small publisher, Bloomsbury, to take a leap of faith, and man, that one decision literally changed publishing history forever.
So, the book's out in the world, and with it, we all got introduced to one of the most iconic settings in literature, Hogwarts.
And let's be real, Hogwarts is so much more than just a school. It's really a character all on its own. You've got moving staircases, secret passages, ghosts floating around. It's this amazing place where wonder and danger are practically roommates. You just know adventure is around every corner. And of course, when you get there, the first thing that happens is you get sorted into one of the 4 houses. Each one has its own personality, its own values. It's brilliant because it gives you this instant sense of community, a place to belong. And obviously, a ton of friendly and maybe not so friendly rivalry. It kind of makes you wonder, right? Which house would you end up in? But Hogwarts isn't all fun and games, not by a long shot. It's not just about learning spells and hanging out with your friends. There's a dark cloud hanging over this world, a central, terrifying conflict that defines everything. And here he is, Lord Voldemort. He's the source of pretty much all the fear in the wizarding world. This is the guy who murdered Harry's parents, and his insane obsession with power and living forever, it just casts this dark, chilling shadow over the entire story.
And this, right here, is what makes the story so good. It's not just a cool wizard duel. It's a battle of ideas, of completely opposite values. You've got Harry, who champions love and friendship, against Voldemort, who's all about hate and power. It's courage versus fear. It's accepting life versus desperately trying to cheat death. That's the real fight.
So, that terrible night, it did more than just make Harry an orphan. It forged this bizarre, dangerous connection between him and Voldemort. A connection that left its mark, both physically and magically.
And we're talking about more than just some cool magical powers. The scar itself isn't just a scar, it's a link to Voldemort's mind. And being able to talk to snakes, that's a skill he got from Voldemort. These things are constant, physical reminders of his survival, but also of this deep, really weird and dangerous bond he has with his mortal enemy.
And this is really the heart of it all.
These marks, these things that connect him to evil, they aren't weaknesses. They're symbols of his strength, his resilience. See, Harry's real power isn't about being the best at spells. It's his incredible ability to endure, to suffer loss, and still choose love, and to just always, always fight back against the darkness, no matter what it costs him.
So when you boil it all down, the magic is really just the wrapping paper for these huge, universal ideas that we can all connect with. We're talking about having the courage to face your biggest fears, the absolute power of true friendship, shout out to Ron and Hermione, and this idea that who you are is about the choices you make, not about who you were born to be.
And that's the ultimate takeaway from this whole universe, isn't it? It's this timeless, really hopeful promise that in the end, good will win. And that message, that core belief, is why the story continues to resonate with so many people all over the world, generation after generation.
So, the Harry Potter saga leaves us with a pretty powerful question to think about. It really suggests that our own personal histories, even the painful parts, our own scars, they don't have to be weaknesses. Maybe, just maybe, they can actually be the source of our greatest power, our greatest strength.